We started doing something 5 years ago. Our company was just 9 years old, around 30 staff and about $2 million revenue. We had just launched ID Africa. Placard was nothing but a dream, and our only major multinational client was Nigerian Breweries PLC. What did we do 5 years ago? We launched PR Instead a year after launching the BHN PR app, and then we created the Nigeria PR Report. We got tired of complaining about being ignored by the global PR and comms industry, so we took it upon ourselves to do PR for PR, if you know what I mean. How do we elevate the practice, build respect, develop the industry? We were just a little Lagos agency, desperate to switch things up, not just for ourselves, but for an industry that has been super kind to us. Today, BHM works for 4 multinationals, 2 of them quoted on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. We've launched 2 sister companies and we've grown revenue by over 700% since 2015. We've not only established ourselves in Nigeria, we are now finalizing plans to roll out in the UK and in America. But let's leave BHM and look at the industry. 5 years later, revenues have grown by over 50%, respect has significantly returned, more mass comm graduates now find PR cool, and we are no longer seen as the poor cousin of advertising. In fact, digital marketing, which appeared to pull the rug off the feet of PR for a minute, is now taking a backseat to public relations. International associations, award shows, and the media are paying attention. We can no longer be ignored. And it's just the beginning. Public relations and communications are essential, not only to brand management and business success. They're also key to national orientation, political development, citizen education, and global peace. And we're at a point in our industry when we must step back and pay attention. Practitioners need to answer a call of duty to help people and companies and governments communicate more honestly and responsibly. Governments and organizations need to be more deliberate about using public relations to build and innovate and develop. The entire world is in crisis, from Washington to Kigali, from Lagos to Beirut, from Johannesburg to Abu Dhabi. We are facing a crisis of leadership at a time when the world is actually in desperate need of great leadership. We are drowning in fake news and horrible propaganda at a time when we have such advanced technology to disseminate information to create a better world for all of us. What will tomorrow look like? What kind of future are we creating? What world are we leaving behind for unborn generations? Few professions play as critical, as central a role as public relations, and it's time to rise up to the occasion. That's why today I'm announcing the inauguration of a couple of initiatives we believe will help call everyone to action, inspire intervention, establish goals and plans to accomplish them, and re-emphasize the role we have to play as individuals, as organizations, and as an industry. Number 1, we've set plans in motion for November 22nd of every year to be recognized as the Global Day of Influence. We can't compel or force people, companies, and governments to be and do better. But as we enter the age of influence, there's no better time to begin causing and activating the resources that will drive us towards the kind of leadership the world so badly needs, the kind of direction we need for our lives, for our families, for our organizations, and for our nations, the kind of direction we so badly need for our world. We have also proposed for July 16 every year, starting 2021, as World Public Relations Day, which will be called World PR Day. PR is more than a terribly misunderstood, poorly appreciated, and thus poorly compensated practice. We believe businesses, countries, and people do, not just practitioners, but themselves, great disservice if they continue to fail to see what PR is and should be. A strategic aspect of business and governance, invaluable in building relationships, preventing crises, achieving business objectives, pushing national interest, and preventing the kind of confusion that could ruin the company and lead nations to war. I was surprised to find out that there is not a single global day dedicated to public relations and communications. No unified global agenda towards making the world understand and utilize PR better, and we want to change that. We are also today announcing the formation of BHM Comms, a digital resource intervention we are building to solve some of the most painful problems facing public relations and communications. BHM Comms will replace the BHM PR app, which most of you are familiar with. Now, what problems are we trying to solve? Education and training, compensation, measurement, networks, recruitment, and all the things that we believe can really, really transform the way we understand and practice PR. I'm also happy to announce that we are committing an initial 100 million naira towards this project for the next couple of years. So, as we launch Nigeria PR Report 2020 today, a new edition of Concept of Virality and Placards Influencer Compensation Report, I want to invite you to join us and work with us as we attempt to build the future we believe we all deserve. This is not just for you and I, this is for our children and for their children. This is for every citizen from Nigeria to South Africa to Rwanda to America. This is for every citizen, for every organization, for every business. This is for every government. This is for the world, and the work starts today. It is possible.